Learning strategies to ask for and get what you want are great, but they won't work if you haven't uncovered the root cause of why you're scared to ask in the first place. Asking for what you want is not so much about the actions you need to take to get what you want, but more about the underlying emotions that are attached to those actions. In this video, we're going to talk about the emotionally charged subconscious reasons that might be keeping you from asking for what you want. In order to figure out some of these subconscious blocks, I am sorry to report that we are going to have to take a time machine back to your childhood. How you were raised and the programs that you grew up with play a vital role in how you approach your life and the challenges within it in the present day. So just as a quick aside, I always like to invite my students to keep on what I call their kind scientist hat. So when we're diving into information like this, it can bring up the feels, it can bring up your stuff, it's kind of triggering sometimes. And I want you to approach this conversation and this information like a kind scientist, like a scientist who is just a lovely human being gathering information to look at and assess with a non-judgmental, non-critical point of view, rather than a judgmental dictator who is going to gather this information and use it against herself. That would be your judgmental dictator hat. So take off that judgmental dictator hat, put on your kind scientist hat, and let's dive in. So let's circle back to your childhood and your family of origin. So, for example, if you grew up in a home where there was chaos, you didn't know who was going to be in what mood on what day, you were always monitoring other people, and you were in turn suppressing your own needs because you were always trying to meet the needs of those around you so that you could keep the peace. That likely instilled a program in you that said, A, it's not safe to have needs, but B, definitely not safe to ask for them. And C, if I acknowledge a need that I have and then vocalize it, I will likely get in some trouble. Someone might yell at me, I might be diminished, I might be punished. And therefore, my brain learns it is safer not to have needs at all. So when a need comes up in the future, oh, no, we just suppress that need. The next stop in our time machine is the religion of your youth. Yay! Aren't you so excited to revisit the religious programming of your youth? So if you are a woman raised in any religion, what were you taught about using your voice and asking for what you need and standing in your power? Yeah, same here. Virtually nothing except like just be quiet, just be good, just be nice, don't ruffle feathers, be polite, be a good girl. Don't challenge the status quo. And if you do challenge the status quo, well, then you're going to be punished, berated, yelled at, put in your place. So again, fast forward to present day you, present day adult you who has a need and wants to ask for it and use her voice. It's like, oh my God, I can't because like I'm going to be punished by God. So that is another way that a subconscious program can sneak in underneath the surface and keep you from asking for what you want. Okay, we've got one more stop on our time machine. Are you ready? So now I want you to circle back to your school-aged days. So you're in elementary school, middle school, high school. And did you have a teacher, an administrator, an adult shame you, criticize you, berate you for speaking up, for asking a question, for using your voice? Because again, that's going to send a message to your brain that, oh, it's not safe to use my voice. It's not safe to ask questions. It's not safe to question authority. It's not safe to ask for what I want. I shouldn't have needs. If I have a need and I ask for it, like somebody else is going to get pissed. So if your brain picked up a program that it's not safe to ask for what I want when it was asking for something in fourth grade, that fear is going to continue to come up as an adult if that old fear hasn't been processed and released. And it will continue to be hard to ask for things like air conditioning in a lift or changing the water temperature when you're getting your hair shampooed at the salon or whatever. So these are 3 places where that subconscious programming can originate from that can keep you from asking for what you want in the present day. And until we go back and process these old wounds, process the feelings and the emotions that were associated with them, just so we can get it out of the way and get it out of our body, because those stories, they're living in our bodies, right? We go back, we do a little tapping around the emotions and feelings of being berated or criticized or shamed when those events happened in the past. And all of a sudden, we feel a little bit safer to say, hey, I'm hot. Would you mind turning the AC up a little bit? Thank you. And having it not be such a big deal. Or, hey, can we change the radio station in the car? I don't like this music and I'd rather listen to something else. Thanks. Or, hey, I'm negotiating for this position and I would also like an extra 3 days of vacation added on to my salary. Thanks. Or, hey, can I have another sample of that flavor of ice cream because I still haven't found a flavor that I really want? Healing these wounds around asking for what you want are so important because when you do, it helps you show up in the truth of who you are. It helps you show up in integrity. It helps you show up as you in the most authentic way. And as women, we have been so trained out of our truth, out of our integrity, to people please and to bend ourselves and twist ourselves to make other people comfortable. And that is killing us. It's killing you. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for anybody. So this is a really important skill to learn, to ask for what you want. And it's really important to go back and look at these places that might be keeping you from using your voice and asking for what you want, or even acknowledging what you want, knowing what you want. If you're ready to release some of these stories, I will link my tapping session below on releasing the resistance to asking for what you want. You can also check out my money membership below in the comments, where we take all of this work so much deeper. We go into family money stories, religious money stories, patriarchal money stories, limiting beliefs and self-sabotage, and so much more. You get access to my full money mindset course. You get access to me and a community of other women who are up-leveling their lives and their money mindset. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Learning strategies to ask for and get what you want are great. Are great, is great. Learning strategies is great. Learning strategies are great. Learning strategies to ask for asking for what you want is less about in this video, blah, 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 blah.